Is somebody there? Must be my bored imagination crying out for trivial amusement.
Oh, Garfield, you kill me. Garfield, the lazy, lasagna-eating, coffee-drinking, Monday-hating, diet-dodging, lovable cartoon cat that won over the world's hearts by appearing on everything under the sun, from cat food to underwear. So, I usually do a quick catch-up, but you know who Garfield is, right? But maybe some of you want a quick refresher. Fine. It'll be fun. Garfield is a comic strip created by Jim Davis that chronicles the life of Garfield the cat, his owner John Arbuckle, and a goofy dog named Odie, and sometimes an annoying little cat named Nermal. My first introduction to Garfield was through the comic strips, back during a time when you would smash your silly putty on the newspaper. What a time to be alive. Then came those rectangle-shaped comic books. Hundreds of them. Maybe thousands. Great for long trips to the grandparents or bathroom reading. Garfield's humor was different than most comic strips, at least different than most of the comics aimed towards kids. Garfield was grumpy. He wasn't there to teach you some kind of moral lesson. He just wanted to be left alone until it was time to eat. Then there was the insane marketing. I think you legally had to own at least 5 Garfield items in the 80s and 90s. Which is why I still have some stuff floating around. You can never be too careful. And that's because Garfield was huge. Even for the 80s, it was over the top. 80s marketing turned up to 11. And that wasn't an accident. The creator, Jim Davis, designed it that way. He set out to create the most marketable character the world had ever seen. Everywhere you turned, there was a Garfield looking at you. Through a car window, from the TV, at the movies, at school, at the beach. You couldn't get away from him. Here is but a small sliver of the Garfield madness. Are you ready? There were bookmarks, plushies for every holiday you can think of, cake toppers, clocks, Halloween costumes, do not disturb signs. Wait a second, is that real? Ultra furry plushies, glasses, mugs, brooches, hats, keychains, lunchboxes, McDonald's Happy Meal toys, necklaces, nightlights, pocket folders, pens, pencils, books, pins, buttons, pirates, bearded surfer Garfield? Postcards, posters, school supply bags, shirts, toothbrush holders, piggy banks, scissors, frisbees, Christmas ornaments, underwear, bicycle horns, bike reflectors, locks, lamps, bed sheets, pajamas, nail clippers, aprons, coloring books, color forms, shrinky dinks, Garfield seafood lasagna. Wait, what? Oh, thank God, it's cat food. Though, beach towels, toys, utility hooks, watches, some kind of scooter thing, raviolis, calendars, trapper keepers, school bags, water paint books, records, read-alongs, how to draw books, word puzzle books, a talking Garfield doll.
Watch out, here's talking Garfield. Oh boy, lasagna. I hate cute. Yeah, grumpy Garfield.
That's the most depressing toy I've ever seen. He even popped up in hotel commercials.
Welcome to Embassy Suites Hotel.
My room.
Oh, all our rooms are really 2-room suites for the price of a single room.
Beautiful. Don't change a thing.
He gave tips for having a safe Halloween.
Go trick-or-treating while it's still light. Take a flashlight and wear reflective strips on your costume just in case you get back home a little late.
He had his own fruit snacks.
That clown's in my fruit snacks.
Now, Biggie the Clown fruit bits in marked boxes of Garfield fruit snacks. Great tasting. And good looking.
He even had some kind of supermarket fat cat track pack thing. I have no idea what is going on at this point. He even had his own answering machine message.
You've reached the Garfield Cat-O-Matic answering service. At the sound of the burp, leave your name, phone number, and shoe size.
But I saved the 2 most memorable for last. The Garfield phone. I had one growing up. It sucked. Don't get me wrong, it's awesome to look at, with the eyes opening and closing and all, but as a functioning phone, it sounded terrible and made your ears sweat after talking for too long. Funny fact about the phone, hundreds of them have been washing up on French shores for decades. A shipping container filled with old Garfield phones fell overboard years ago, and they just keep washing up. And, last but not least, the Garfield suction cup car window toy. These things were legit everywhere. Everyone had one, sometimes two. People didn't even question, what is that thing? It's clearly a Garfield suction cup car window toy selling a Plymouth Voyager.
The Plymouth Voyager is pretty attractive.
Duh! Side note, over the span of 6 months in 1987, vehicles around the country had their windows smashed in. When officers arrived on the scene to take reports, they were surprised to find stereos, purses, and other valuables all left behind. The only thing missing were the Garfield suction cup toys. And of course, I can't leave out the holiday specials. In the 80s and 90s, holiday specials were a really big deal. Cartoons on a weeknight? That's witchcraft! And Garfield was part of every single one. There was the Christmas special.
Garfield, wake up.
Good morning, John.
No time for small talk, Garfield. It's Christmas morning, and you know what that means.
Of course I do. Christmas means presents. Lots and lots of presents.
The Thanksgiving special.
Tomorrow is Thanksgiving.
But the one I, and probably you, remember most is the Garfield Halloween special. With the freaky Binky the Clown, the songs,
There's so many sides to me.
the scary trick-or-treaters they encounter,
One thing I'm not is a scaredy cat.
the creepy house across the river,
Nice touch.
and this.
Shut up, you two!
You know, the Garfield Halloween special was pretty darn scary. At least compared to other cartoon Halloween specials. There were monsters, scary old guys, pirate ghosts, references to murder. Garfield nearly drowns. Look, I'm not gonna knock Charlie Brown, but the Great Pumpkin would have to look like this to compete with Garfield. And of course there was the very popular Saturday morning cartoon Garfield and Friends, airing from 1988 to 1994. This was the height of Garfield pandemonium. Instead of reading about Garfield torturing Odie, you could watch Garfield torture Odie, or try and kill Nermal while you're enjoying your favorite cereal. What more could a kid ask for? It's fair to say Garfield was an odd choice for a kid's show. A depressed, chubby cat who wanted to eat lasagna, lay around all day, and hated on Mondays and everyone around him.
Who's the clown making that noise?
Whoop-dee-doo!
People who sing like that should be drug out into the street and shot.
Not exactly the Smurfs or the Muppet Babies. Even Jim Davis described Garfield as, quote, an ironic, detached cat who is mean to everyone and somehow all the more lovable for it, unquote. But that's why we loved Garfield. He was the lovable curmudgeon. And deep down, we all knew he actually cared. Then there were the movies.
What good is a cat that can't chase a mouse?
I don't do the chase thing.
Take the picture, take the picture, take the picture!
Are those stars I see in your eyes?
What are you talking about?
Why, about Funfest, of course.
Comrade!
I honestly didn't know most of these existed. And I'm kinda glad. And there's even a musical.
Comics page and onto the coterie stage this summer. Garfield, the musical with Catitude. It's most famous feline and all of his friends as they come to life, live on stage in a brand new musical. It's the perfect summer outing for lasagna lovers of all ages.
And what about all the video games? There were 26 Garfield video games spanning 4 decades. There was even a minor league hockey game where two rival teams wore Garfield and Odie jerseys for one game. The Odies won, in case you were wondering. There are also some amazing parodies to check out after the video. De-Garfed, where they remove all of Garfield's dialogue and somehow makes it even more depressing. And then there's Garfield minus Garfield, where they eliminate Garfield entirely, and it's even more depressing than De-Garfed. Then there's Barfield, which you can probably tell already what's going on there. Ugh. And last but not least, the subreddit I'm Sorry John. Nightmare Fuel. By 2002, Garfield had the Guinness World Record for the most widely syndicated comic strip in the world. Somehow Garfield stayed relevant through 4 decades. Maybe it was his attitude. Garfield could care less about what you thought. He was content in his ways. While everything changed around him, he was still chugging along, being true to himself. So thank you for backpedaling with me. Why not leave me a like? Maybe even subscribe. Thanks again for backpedaling with me. I'm Tig, and you are